Release, reflect, introspect. Your clarity is the sexiest thing about you. Your clarity.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Thank you for being in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
You look lovely. You are lovely, and I love you with all of my heart.
Oh, I love you too. Aw, I wish people could tell me that all the time. I feel so good right now.
I feel like people should say that to each other all the time if they feel that,
Tell
right?
your friends you love them.
Yeah, I mean, like he's gotten really
He's
good
like,
at
no,
saying "I
fuck
love
you."
you.
Oh, you say you love him now?
No, not out loud.
It's very under
Oh,
his
yeah.
breath,
Okay.
and I
He
have to
mumbles
initiate it. Yeah,
Right? You have to initiate
I know.
it.
We're like an old married couple.
Oh my god.
I like the acts, not the words. You know what I mean? Like, I'll show him that I love him.
That's more
You
important
know,
anyways.
hold him and cup him and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Wait, who's the big spoon?
well, Christian is.
I mean, we switch off sometimes I'll ladle him, and sometimes he'll ladle me.
Right. How do you guys feel about like your significant other like being the big spoon?
I love it.
Constantly, yeah.
It's
With
great,
as
right?
small as Melissa is, and she could still like spoon.
That's so precious. She just
Yeah. She gets upset at me. She's just like, come on, I've been cuddling you for like the past X amount of minutes or hours. Can we switch it up? And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Well, she has that hourglass too that she flips over, so it's fair
A timer?
on both sides.
I'd
yeah.
be
An
pissed.
egg timer.
that's
Yeah.
so funny.
No, yeah. My girlfriend Karen likes to do what we call backpacking, where she just like holds on to me like a backpack.
Oh, a little sloth.
It's
That's
much like
so sweet.
it's hard to escape.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love that. I
cud-
love cuddles.
I'm sure. Like, you see, you're a very cuddly individual.
Yeah.
You are with probably one of the cuddliest motherfuckers that I've ever seen. I've recently just met your new boyfriend. Shout out to you,
Right.
Fani.
He's great.
He is great. He is. I feel safe around him.
He makes me feel safe too.
Yeah, he's a whole lot of man, is what it is. But cuddling's hard right now because it's super hot. Do you guys have that issue?
Fucking blast the AC.
I guess yeah, that works. And then the fan.
Just
I
don't
do
it.
feel like I get to a point though where I'm like I cuddle and then I'm like it's time to sleep. Get the fuck off me.
There is a point of where you have to disengage from
I've
it.
been more like that in the past, but with him, I just like I don't know.
Does he produce a lot of body heat?
Yeah.
Because I
He's
produce.
just hot.
Oh, he's just hot. He's a good looking guy, and it's upsetting because
He's gonna be so embarrassed when he watches me.
I know he doesn't do well with compliments, huh?
I mean, I think men need compliments too.
Yes, I think we've had this talk multiple times.
We
We're
have.
trying to get better at receiving compliments. I'm good at usually just saying thank you and moving on. He's not too good at like really just digesting it at all.
Thank you.
There you go. That's as far as it goes.
See, I'm getting better.
That's all that you need to do. Just thank you and move on.
You guys have interacted a good few times through me and our
Through
social
you,
gatherings, right?
Mostly anytime you have some sort of group.
Yeah.
gathering.
Okay. Well, I'm glad
We've
that-
never hung out just the two of us. Yeah, I mean, we don't.
Yeah, that
Someone
would
doesn't
be.
just call me and be like, "Hey, how's your day?"
How's it going? I know
Are
that
you
you're-
upset? Do you
No,
want me
no,
to do that?
I'm just saying. I mean, just Christian he's asking.
you could do that more often. It's okay.
I,
Christian is the
I hear that
bitch.
all the time. My mother says that too, but
What, to call her if anything's
yeah, I
wrong?
don't like calling people. I don't like talking to people.
Why?
I get that. I'm not offended by that at all.
Yeah, just call me when it's good news. I don't need to. Yeah.
But we need each other when we're on.
I feel like I've done that more like with you and Melissa lately too. Or just with all of like my really close friends.
Yeah.
I like a good FaceTime.
Yeah.
I want to see you like with my girlfriends. I'm like, I want to see you with your face mask on and your pimple patches.
Oh,
Like,
we were
let's
just
see-
talking about this. We love FaceTime.
Yeah, it's fun. I want to see your face. Like, I miss your face.
Because some people, like Alejandro, I think when I first started FaceTiming you just out of the blue, you'd be like, what the fuck are you FaceTiming?
FaceTime should be a scheduled ordeal in my. But the only people who FaceTime me unannounced is my niece and nephew, and that's
sweet.
so. And that's
Why
that's
can't
fine.
I be that in that category?
You're not as cute as them.
Whoa. Calm down,
Sorry,
dude.
pal. Sorry.
Whoa.
You're adorable in your own way.
Thank you.
I
I
would
don't
even-
like when people say in your own way.
I would even venture to say you're handsome.
Oh
I'll
my
take
God.
handsome.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify my nephews getting to be handsome. He's a little boy though.
But But
I don't like complimenting little boys as a general rule.
that's good.
Why?
That's really good.
It's just weird.
To compliment little boys?
Yeah, no. Just discouragement. That'll get them to be nice, strong men.
Oh,
you know,
right.
He grew up around a bunch
That's
of
the
men.
problem.
As you can tell, a lot of machismo in this.
just
guy.
like hit the ball out of their hands.
My eye just twitched. I was
Yeah,
like,
I saw that. I was like, that's either a twitch or a weird wink.
I can't wait. I'm working on it. Nope.
That was just a hard blink at that point. Oh, I'm so excited. I love your energy. You're such a goofball. Let's get into introducing our special guest.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. Today, to my left, I have my wonderful co-host, as usual, the Alejandro Middleton.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. Now your turn to introduce me.
And this is the Christian Baltazar to my right.
A lot of timidness when it comes to just introducing me.
I was trying to use the exact same words you did.
Oh, okay.
So I was vaguely replaying it in my head as I was saying it.
Oh, okay. I'll take it nonetheless.
The Christian Baltazar. There we go. Yay!
And more importantly, the very
It's
special
not more
guest
importantly,
in
just
the
as
room.
important.
I mean,
Oh, my
you
goodness.
are the guest of the hour.
Yeah, people
I
get
mean,
bored with us.
Yeah, they know what they're coming to see when they're
show.
tuning the show. Yeah, but then it's the guests why they return, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, baddies of all ages, we have Soberal in the motherfucking studio. For a little bit of background, I've been singing with you for how long now?
Hella long.
Like
17 years.
damn near, dude. Well, not really.
It's been like 8.
Since 2014.
17 years.
Pretty much, right? Wow.
Hit it
You're
on the
doing
head.
math. You're killing it
So
at math.
good at this game.
We met in community college in the vocal
Shout out
jazz program.
DVC.
Shout out to Diablo Valley College because really bringing some musical souls and talents
Literally.
together.
Yeah.
And my life.
Shout out Brett Peppo.
Shout out, to the music and choir director Brett Peppo.
Randomly, like that music department is so fucking good.
It's really, really
Like
talented.
people have no idea. There's so many like talented cats there. It's crazy, that melting pot.
So many hidden gems that
Mm-hmm.
exist within the Bay Area alone.
Literally, yeah.
And my life has changed drastically from joining the vocal jazz program
Same.
there. And I feel like that there was a time like where I was like, I don't know if I have enough time or commitment to do the vocal jazz program. But don't you ever think about like those forks in your life where it doesn't seem like a big deal at the moment, but then you're glad you went in that route because it just brought you to where you are right now.
Sure.
Like if I'd never met you, if I'd never met Martin Lejano, if I'd never met anyone in that that I've sung with, then I don't think I'd be as strong of a singer as I would be now, or if I would be even as passionate about it as now.
We'd have maybe half the amount of guests we've had on this show if you didn't do your DVC.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
Because
there's-
I don't know how many guests you bring on, and it all comes back to your DVC roots.
it's so many talented
a
and
lot.
interesting people that I've met through DVC.
I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, speaking of which, but like baddies, if you haven't yet, please hop on all streaming platforms because Selena just dropped the fucking dope ass EP
Thank you.
called Clarity.
Yes.
Great album cover, 4 tracks
you.
on there, all really good. And I've had the pleasure to be at your listening /
You
birthday
were.
party.
Right. The PJ party. It was
Yeah,
great.
the PJ party. Such a great theme. Going to a party and like worrying about what you're gonna wear
Nope.
and if it's gonna be too tight on your body. No, comfy as hell, dude.
So fun. I just wanted my friends to be chill. That was honestly like the best birthday gift ever, to have all my favorite people in one place.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to fucking sing super drunk and go for all these high notes that I normally wouldn't go for, and I hit them, and I was like, yes.
You're so good at singing, and
Thank
it's.
you.
I always say it, and whenever I say this, it's a huge compliment.
Okay,
It's
here
upsetting.
we go. He's gonna call me an asshole or call me a C. It's upsetting.
It's just like God damn it, God damn it,
It's
dude.
a talent.
I'm just like
Thank you.
I'm not competitive with you though. I don't feel competitive at all. If you were a guy that could sing, like let's say
Right.
if Fonny, if he could sing at that point, I would break every single piece of furniture in my house out of
So upset.
like why does he look like that? Why is he that good?
Right.
But
I think that's classic jealousy. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm trying to like just get that out of me. I mean,
Yeah, no.
natural
That's
competition.
That's a really nasty emotion. We don't want that.
I know.
But it's important to feel things.
I think it's as long competition's only healthy if it makes you grow.
Right.
If it makes you grow.
Or if you completely eviscerate and destroy the other person.
Wow. I think you should have been born like a few centuries ago.
Nah, I just like winning. I like winning so much.
Ever since what? Where do you think that stems from?
Losing.
just from losing alone.
Just losing sucks so much.
Right, it does.
Yeah. I would rather. Yeah, I'd rather not lose than win. Like I'm more into not losing. I don't even have to win. Winning's not even that big of a deal to me.
You're more so. You're
lose.
down to be. Let's say if it's like a Mario Kart race and there's 8 racers, you're down to be 7th place.
I mean, I'm gonna be pretty upset. I'm gonna be pretty upset, but I'm not gonna be as upset if I was 8th.
Yeah, of course. Well, that makes sense.
Then you just really suck. You're like the worst one.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
I still think 2nd place is the worst one because
It's the first loser.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been like the last to be chosen? Let's say during like a PE
I
event?
knew we were going here.
Okay,
yeah.
what was it?
Yeah, I have been. I just like wasn't like. Oh, here we go. Okay, so like when we're gonna make me cry now. I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
No. I'm fine.
Softball.
No, I did play softball for 5 years.
There we go.
I was actually really good though, so that wasn't an
that
issue.
one didn't count.
Yeah, no. But when I was in 5th grade, I went to like 3 different fucking elementary schools, and like the second one I went to was in Walnut Creek, and I swear to fucking God, I was the only like not white person.
That makes sense.
I had no friends. No one talked to me.
Oh, because it's Walnut Creek. It's crazy. So
Fuck Walnut Creek.
do you think?
A lot of nuts.
Wait, do you think that like you being a brown person actually made it more difficult for you to make friends back in the day, back in
100%.
elementary school?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd think it'd be cool, like they could finally have like a brown friend.
Like, yeah, they would want like their first token brown friend.
Yeah.
Because with me, I mean, like I grew up, where I grew up, there was a lot of brown people, and I didn't feel that. I felt separated socially for different reasons. I think just of my lack of social skills, like in elementary and middle school. But when I moved to Benicia, that's when I started realizing, like, oh, I look different than other people.
Right.
Yeah, I saw like I don't know, my first handful of like redheads here in Benicia, because they don't exist in like Pittsburgh at all.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
one or two.
Terrifying
A
group.
rare sighting. But how was it? Like you grew up in the Bay Area.
All over the Bay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
bounced around.
Yeah, I was born in San Pablo. I lived in Richmond till I was 5, and then we moved to American Canyon actually till I was like 10, and then we moved to Concord.
Is the Bay Area where you want to stay forever? Or are you thinking of like moving out?
That's an interesting question. Like, so with the job that I have now, I've traveled the Pacific Northwest and a lot of the Midwest too. And I thought, oh, sick, I'm going to get to travel. Like, let me find somewhere else to live that's fucking cheaper because it's so expensive to exist here. But I really love the Bay.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, there's something in the air. There's something in the water. Like the creativity, the food, just the culture. It's different here. The work ethic is different here. That it's just like, even like Seattle's cool. It reminds me of the Bay Area, but it's like a generic Bay Area.
Oh.
It's like they copied us. I don't like it. And they're not as nice there. There's literally a thing called like the Seattle freeze.
What is that?
It means that, like, I don't know, bitches are frozen. Like, it's hard to make friends. Like,
Bitches are frozen?
It's a cold area, and
What
it
is
makes
that?
you a cold person.
No, that's literally exactly what it is, though. Like, it's hard to make friends there. And I, like, when I go to train stores, when I go, they're like, yeah, it's really hard to make friends here.
Is it harder to make friends
It's
there?
known.
Are people more stuck up in Seattle or in like, let's
Yeah.
say Hollywood and LA? Because usually that's like the go-to like comparison is Hollywood and LA.
They're stuck up in different ways.
Yeah, I feel like LA is more fake. Like, they'll like be nice to your face, but then probably talk shit about you. But in Seattle, they just won't even talk to you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, there's a respect with that. At
There's
least.
a respect with that. I would rather someone, like, be straight up than not.
There's always a beauty in transparency and honesty.
Yeah.
Like
but I mean, it doesn't mean that people are like that everywhere. Like, not everyone in Seattle sucks.
No. But this is just like what a generalization is. Like
Yeah,
what
and
a
I've been there a lot.
You get to travel for your job a lot, which I'm like, every time I open up my Instagram, like you're like, all right, hopping on this flight, and you're like, dope ass hotel room, gonna get a workout in, and I'm like, you're living the life.
Pretty cool.
People think that, you know, and
That's what Instagram's for, right? To have people think that.
The happy stuff, post the happy stuff.
yeah, but I also try to, I think, weirdly, I'm like bringing it back to the EP. I think that's why like the EP was super important to me, to just be very like vulnerable and honest about like shit that I go through, because yeah, like traveling seems glamorous, but also I'm like very open about the fact that like my job is cool, but like showing up to be myself with the energy is like the hard part. Because when you're like driving circles around the Bay Area and then like catching flights and like doing multiple stores a day, and you have to like, you really only see like one of these stores like once a quarter, so like once every 3 months. You have to make an impact when you go in. You know what I mean? And that's like any type of account management role. And I'm very good at it, but it's just like I have to put my health first and like make sure that I'm cool in like every way, like mentally, physically, spiritually. Because if not, I just can't fucking do it. I'll burn out, and I have multiple times. It's not
Real
fun.
quick for the baddies that don't know you, can you just like give them a quick rundown of what you do for work, which causes you to travel this much?
Yeah, so I basically I work for Hydrofacial, but inside of Sephora stores. So I manage the facial program at Sephora in the Pacific Northwest.
So cool.
Thank
so
you.
cool. Do you think what's the end goal? You want to like, I'm assuming like what a lot of us singers want to do is like be able to finance ourselves through what we love, right?
Yeah. The beauty industry is definitely a love of mine, and it definitely helps me pay the bills. And I think like being it is very like predominantly white, and I've definitely had my struggles being like a young first generation Latina, like in the industry, and I've had to work myself up from the ground up, like really. So I think that it's important to like have a voice and keep working my way up in the beauty industry. But definitely I'm always going to be a singer and like always put that first. I feel like Hannah Montana. Sometimes I'm like business during the day and the music at night.
Then change
like,
it up
all the time. Like, I have to do both because these bills ain't going to pay themselves.
And isn't it so like, it's so upsetting that this society is built upon like, yes, like it's necessary to have a workforce and like to contribute to society to be able to thrive.
Right.
But god damn, like God instilled within us like these passions that are like, yeah, you're going to love to do this, but it's going to be really hard to make money to do this.
So hard.
Because do you remember when we were in our acapella group and right before COVID, Martin was trying to plan like a mini tour for us.
Literally.
And that's all I want to do. Like, I don't need fame or fortune from it. Like, no, you're okay. All I've been wanting to do with singing is like, yes, be able to at least be able to do it like on a weekly basis and perform if I have to still work a 9 to 5. But even if I didn't have to work a 9 to 5, a dream would just be like, can I just do this as a living? I don't need like a big paycheck from it, but I want to be able to do it like consistently and like with love.
And that's the part where I've kind of accepted like I'm not a materialistic person. I don't need a lot to be happy. So like if I can get to the point where I can like just live comfortably, then yeah, I would totally do that. I don't need a lot of shit. But just because we don't do it full time doesn't mean we're not singers anymore.
Yeah.
Like I sing all fucking day long. I write. I get up, I play my piano. Like, I really sing for hours every day.
You do?
I do. Like, Fonnie can fucking attest to that, too. Like, all day long, I sing for hours.
Because it feels...
It's not even a feeling. It's like, it's just what I do. If I don't do it, I'm, like, not saying. Like, I have to. When I'm driving to work, I'm singing. When I'm driving back home, I'm singing. I wake up, I'm singing. Like, I'm in the kitchen, I'm singing all day long.
That means that you love it that much, because all I do at work is sing, because I fucking hate it there. And stainless steel makes for great acoustics. And remember, we both used to work at H&M. Right after I stopped working at H&M, she came in right afterwards. And then like people would say like, oh, like we had another singer that would sing in the fitting rooms too.
Yeah, and I was like, that's one of my great friends. That's Christian.
I mean, it was even before we knew each other too, like that.
You know what I realized too?
What's
the
up?
People he was friends with at H&M ended up being the people I was friends with at H&M.
You guys
Same
are very
vibe.
similar. Yeah.
Right.
So
and Trevor.
And Trevor, yes.
Yes.
Great
I love
people
Trevor.
that we've run into. Like I said, so glad that I got to meet you. I wouldn't be the creative that I would be without you. I love that we always brag about like, hey, this is like my favorite person to sing with. And
no, literally, there's like no one else that I love singing with more than Christian. We've been singing together for so long. I feel like our vibratos lock on this like Like, it's just perfect.
We're good at listening to each other is the
Yeah.
thing. I think what I would like equate it to is, when we started this podcast, we started because like the people would say like, who do you like doing comedy with? And I'd just be like, Alejandro. It's just like we were like a comedic
my
duo.
you're Alejandro in music.
Yes.
Oh, I love you.
Yes. That's basically what it is. Hugs from distance.
Look how it works out. Look how everything kind of pans
That's
out.
so sweet.
And there's so much to you that makes you such a textured individual because you are
Textured. Oh.
because you could be professional, you get down to business, be
Have
straight to the
to.
point, but
Right.
also like you have this goofy, loving side. You're just a girl that loves tacos.
I love tacos. They're my favorite.
Taco.
Yeah.
Every time I look at a taco, I think of you now.
That makes me so happy. Really?
Yeah, because like every time I see you, you're just always in the mood for tacos, or like
If you're not in the mood for tacos, like, we can't be friends. Like,
Bad mood.
bruh. Fonny makes really great tacos too.
oh, he does.
Yeah.
And
he
if
made me
you-
carnitas tacos yesterday, and I was like,
He can cook.
yeah. Yeah, I can't cook that well. So
I'm so upset. Really, you can't?
I can learn. I can learn anything.
Well, you put together like protein shakes in the morning and like just
I'm very healthy.
you make the healthy necessities, don't you?
Been on the health journey for a while.
And so have I. It's
Right.
it's a fucking
And we've
challenge.
maintained it. That's
Yes.
the hard part. A lot of people will fucking like lose weight, but then they just get fat again.
It's and especially as you get older, like it's a lot of it is about like discipline and consistency.
Consistency over everything.
Yeah. And
People-
heartbreak.
What are you fueled by? Self-hatred.
Oh yes. Oh, I love this topic. I have this joke with I work out a lot at the gym at my work, and
Right.
I have one of my really good friends. Shout out to Danby. He's my coworker there, and we work out together. We joke around how our fuel is insecurities, and
Right.
that we got to keep each other in check because once we get too confident and comfortable, we're gonna stop working out. And I'm like, no, stay insecure.
Right.
I completely is like.
Make a t-shirt. Stay insecure.
Stay, like I said, there's a balance to everything. You could be competitive, healthily competitive, where it makes you grow,
Yeah.
and you could, I don't know, this is a fucking stretch. You could be healthily insecure, where it makes you work on yourself.
I feel like
You're onto something.
I'm onto something.
you're onto something, but I think the nicer way to phrase it,
Please,
because this
translator.
is something I've been like working on myself. It's just like, I know that I am great, and I know that I can always be better, and that's just humility. I don't know that that's insecurity.
I love that.
I just know that that's like, I can be great, and I'm not going to take my time here for granted.
That's really good.
Right? So I know that every day I go to sleep, I'm going to be better than I was when I woke up.
I need to learn that kind of self-talk.
Yeah.
That healthy self-talk. I think being.
I've been through a lot. That's why.
Yeah.
It doesn't come, I don't just wake up like this. Like,
Yeah, you definitely been through a lot, and that's how you learn. You have to learn through
Yeah.
through your trials and tribulations. I think us being comedians, it's so natural
very
to just
self-deprecating all the
so
time.
easy to be self-deprecating.
Right.
Like it's because comedy comes from like if you were like listen to a lot of comedians, they just like bag on each other. I'm not at that level where I'm ready to just bag on people because people are sensitive, and like I'm also sensitive, and I think I'm a nice guy. So who's the next target? Me, because I could
Yeah.
handle I could handle my own punches. So
Yeah. Can you though?
Punch yourself.
no, straight up, yeah, bruises don't show up. Damn, that's a real question. Can I handle it? I don't know. I think subconsciously it catches up to me, and then I get sad every now and then.
I mean, yeah, I think that kind of talk definitely catches up.
Yeah,
You know?
it does.
Like, even when I think about, we're about to get deep, let's do it. When I think about like things that I've been through, or even just like toxic relationships, that type of a thing, what hurts me
Mm-hmm.
is not what other people do to me. It's what I chose to accept. Because
Mm-hmm.
like everyone is going to face pain. Life fucking sucks. It's going to test you. But it's a choice to suffer.
Yeah.
So like when you inflict that on yourself, or like when you talk badly about yourself and you know you deserve better, that hurts more when you hurt yourself versus someone else hurting you.
Yeah.
So
Because
knock that shit out.
because it's our own mentals. It's our own
100%.
mental that is in between actions our environment and what occurs and our own emotions, right? It's how we choose to deal with it, right?
I think it's breaking trust with yourself, and that's deeper than like someone breaking trust with you or like someone inflicting pain on you. When you allow someone to do that, you're letting someone into your boundaries. So you're breaking trust with yourself.
Oh God, I feel like there's so many moments in my life
Right.
where
I got you thinking now.
I don't know when to trust my own emotions or feelings. Like, Christian, are you being too sensitive? Are you being too mean? Are you being too nice? Christian, like, I don't know. I only know what I know, and I don't know if that's enough.
One of my friends, Eli, shout out Eli.
Hey.
Love you. Him and I talk about this all the time. He has this really great analogy that we are mountains and feelings are like clouds going by. As humans, we always have thoughts, we always have feelings, but we want to get to this point where like we're in true awareness. Think about like you're sitting back and you're looking at a view. You can also think of it like you're a mountain and you see everything, right? Yeah. And every once in a while, you choose to feel something if you need to. Right? Yeah. There's energy like always flowing through us, and if you, whether it's good or bad, if you hold on to it, it's creating a blockage. What I mean by that is like, okay, something really good can happen. You're like, oh my God, this is great. I never want this feeling to go away. And then you hold on to it. But then you can't make room for more.
Yeah.
Something really bad happens. I fucking hate this. I never want that to happen again. So you hold on to it because you don't want it to happen again.
Yeah.
Energy blockage, right? So something that I've like worked on a lot is I've really lived by this now. I say feel and heal, detach, attract.
Oh, I love that so much.
Right? Feel what you're going through. If it is an insecurity, feel it and figure out why you feel that. And then heal through it. Yeah. Give yourself allow yourself the space to feel that fully so you don't have that energy blockage. And then you heal it.
Because I think people have the problem of either the extreme ends of those spectrums. Where like they'll totally deflect the feeling and they don't want to feel because they've been
literally
hurt before.
The worst thing you can do.
And so you won't acknowledge it at all. And then on the other end of the spectrum, sometimes like you just said, people hold on to that feeling and that could turn into like grudges. Resentment.
And that's nasty. That ends up like going into like things you care about that can people start projecting on in relationships and stuff. So again, I think it's really important to feel your emotions, heal through it, and then the important part, detach. Like you choose to look at that bird that flies by and you appreciate it, you feel it, you heal it, and then okay, it went by. Go back to detaching, so that you can attract what's meant for you. Because if you're holding on, you're not making room for what's meant for you. Don't be greedy, you know.
I think it's all part of like growing up and maturing is self-awareness. I want to go back to what you said about like how it's good to talk to yourself in the sense like I am great, but I can be better, which is humility. And I think I've had trouble. I think there's gray lines with everyone thinking what's the line between like insecurity and then like humility and confidence and cockiness, right? We're all just trying to fucking teeter-totter the entire thing. And I'm trying to get more self-aware in general about all of that stuff. And so like having these conversations with like people like you, it teaches me.
Yeah. It's interesting. You keep saying like self-awareness, and I feel like it's deeper than just yourself. It's awareness with everything. Like everything is what it is, and we have no control over that. The only thing we can control is how we respond to things. We can't even control the thoughts that go into our head sometimes. Like that shit's just gonna fucking come to you. So you have to just like, all right, let it flow. Or maybe, ooh, that one triggered something. I probably need to feel through that real quick. Yeah. Maybe cry. Even yesterday, I fucking cried in the car before I went to work. And then I had a great training. But I needed to fucking cry and be frustrated.
You have to let it out. Like, you have to let it out.
Feel it when it comes, and then you're fine.
I'm super open about being a guy that cries.
Everyone needs to cry.
Everyone needs to. I think the whole stigma of boys shouldn't cry, or like, you know, like
it's a great song, but it's a bad motive.
Bad motive for sure. Yeah. And like he and I being like guys that luckily I grew up around a bunch of women, so I was actually a crybaby. So this is secondhand for me. It's just like, okay, Christian, you should probably not cry that much. Actually, you could still cry, but with you, it was like tough. Were you told those exact words?
Yeah, I cried more than I think the people around me did, and I think that's why I was, always told not told not to, but just buck up and stop acting that way,
And like, have you been able to detach yourself from that kind of?
Oh no, it's completely wrecked me. No, it's destroyed. It's destroyed every facet. I mean, you see, I can barely grasp onto any part of my identity now because I'm realizing how fucked up it was. But yeah, I mean, it's tough sometimes, trying to relearn things.
Hard. Yeah, it's hard when you realize, like, oof, a lot of shit that like I went through growing up is the reason why I'm fucked up right now. And then like that, like having to accept that is hard. Man, after getting out of like my fucking toxic situation, I had to ask myself some hard questions, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what did your parents not give you? How did they show you love? Why did you stay for so long? Like, did you actually like all of these fucking questions where it's like, damn, bitch. I had to like really look at myself in the mirror and be like, why did you do that? Why did you accept that? But you know what? I wrote out, it took me like a day to write out the questions. And then I think like the next day or maybe a couple of days later, then I like answered them. Sure. And truthfully, and I fucking cried. Like, when you cry so hard, you feel like snot's coming out of your pores. Right.
I do the hard, it's been a while, but the hard hyperventilating one. Super ugly.
Holding on to the right. Yeah.
One of those.
I genuinely cry like that when I'm on mushrooms.
What?
I haven't done mushrooms, but we need to talk about that next.
Have you legitimately cried on mushrooms like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That makes me not ever want to try to do that.
You just feel things really strong.
Did you feel good afterwards? Was it a release?
No, it was horrible.
Worse. It got worse.
It was horrible. It was a bad trip.
Oh God.
They're not all fun. But you learn.
Okay. I'm glad you learned.
You come out of it.
It's important to let that shit out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like those questions really like gave me a lot of clarity on.
Nice.
Right. I mean, really, I think that's why I named that EP that.
Great title for an EP. It's relatable for everyone, and it's pretty straightforward as to like what it's about,
Yeah, I mean, I really take you through it, because I mean, like I said, I got out of something really bad and like had to ask myself those questions, and like I dated and stuff, and that helped me figure out like, well, okay, hold on, before I get there, you know how people always say make a list of the person that you want.
Yeah.
And I talked to one of my friends about it, and he was like, why would you make a list about something that you want in someone else? Like, what do you want out of yourself?
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
Fuck yeah.
Because you have control over that.
And it's exactly what we were just talking about. I don't want to break trust with myself. I got to be a whole.
Yeah.
Whole 100%. Right? So I made a list of like, who do I want to be? What do I bring to the table? And bitch, that list was long. I was like, I bring a lot to the table, and like, how can I be better? And then when I even thought about like what I wanted in another person, I just pointed an arrow. Right?
What do you mean you pointed an arrow?
Pointed an arrow to everything that I just listed.
Oh. I thought you were like going a Cupid route and just shooting people.
Fucking you, I want
that one,
you,
and that one.
No, that's hella funny.
Read my list.
No.
Is this you?
No, like if there's any, like I want someone that brings what I bring to the table, and if there's something that like they don't bring, like what else are they bringing to, like it has to carry equal weight.
Yes.
So I went from that, and then dating helped me figure out like my boundaries, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, what my values are, like truly at the core. I have like 8 boundaries and like 3 values. Humility is one of them. Yeah. Intent and respect. Those are my 3, like at the core. Even if you're just my homie, like if you don't have those 3 things, I don't fuck with you. Like, and that's fine. I have no problem cutting people out now.
It's very necessary to be picky about those who you choose to spend your time with.
That's what Divine Energy is about.
Yes,
that song.
Favorite track on your EP.
My soul is precious. Oh, you listened to it?
I listened to the whole thing.
Oh, that makes me happy. Thank you. My soul is precious. Like I know what I bring to the table. I am a great human. So like, don't come for me unless you're cleared, healed, and can feel.
You said when we were at your PJ party,
right?
You said you are who you hang out with. And
Yeah, I say that all
that
the
is
time.
so true. Like
Right.
we all bring each other up. We all become each other, the best parts of each other.
Right.
Because hopefully we don't, no one just trauma bonds and like we just bring ourselves down together.
There are groups of friends like that.
I can imagine
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
But we're here to heal each other, not bring each other down.
No, I want to see you win.
Yeah, like you should be there for your friends when they are broken, because when you are your best, we all want to be our best selves for each other.
Yeah.
And man, like I feel grateful. I have like really good friends,
Me
man.
too.
I have some really good friends.
Yeah. And you are who you hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Like I want to be around people that are on the same vibration as me. I don't fuck with that. Here's the thing, I feel like I've just been through things where I've had to lower my vibration or like make myself smaller to either be in relationships, friendships, or even family. Yikes.
Ooh.
So like I'm not going to make myself lower to like match someone's frequency.
I say this all the time. Like, yes, it's necessary in like a relationship or a friendship to meet in the middle, to
Yeah, of course.
as long as you guys are growing together.
Yes.
Because there's some people, like, I don't believe, like, the word, when it comes down to it, like, semantics is what it is, but that, like, is self-talk. All right, have fun, don't fall in.
Bye.
Drink a lot of liquid before you got here.
Have a good pee.
So
Have fun.
bye, come back safe. He growing together I think is important, because like change, when people say they have to change for a significant other or change for a friend, you should never have to change.
No. Evolve.
Grow, because changing is like becoming someone that you're not.
Yeah.
We should still be ourselves, but like we should push ourselves to be better versions of ourselves.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like committed to. Like, so when I talk about like boundaries and I talk about values, I just realized
What's up?
that Twilight picture that you're Jacob.
I look like Jacob, don't I? It's pretty solid. What by the way, real quick, who's
Jacob,
your
of course.
Is it Jacob?
I don't want that pale motherfucker.
What? You don't want the pill? If you watch back to the movie, real quick, we went into a quick tangent about Twilight. If you watch back to the movie, and I'm sorry, baddies, if you were just like deep into this self-love talk,
Right.
we'll get back to it.
We'll
But
get back to
Twilight has struck my soul in so many different
Right.
ways. You're Team Jacob and not Team
I don't want that pale motherfucker.
What's
I want
the name?
the
Team what?
one.
Edward.
Edward. Team Edward was a gentleman, in tune with his emotions. Jacob was aggressive, overreactive, overprotective, and over-obsessive.
Slightly pedophilic.
What? Oh, because there's an age difference? I guess, I mean, they're all weird. Time doesn't work with werewolves and vampires, let's be real. But so what did you liked him? Are you speaking aesthetically, or did you like his presence too?
Wait, are you saying just like physically or like aesthetically? Yeah, Jacob.
Of course, yeah, aesthetically. Let's say that.
Aesthetically, yeah.
But like, let's say who's more toxic between the two, or should she have just focused on herself?
I mean, fucking Edward made her a vampire. So who's more toxic?
He didn't make her. She begged. She
did.
begged and pleaded to be a vampire.
Oh, so your argument is she wanted it.
Well, I mean,
She was asking for it, huh?
for like
Right.
3 movies, she was asking for it.
it.
And he was like, I want to protect you. You don't want to live an immortal life where you see your loved ones around you die before you do. So,
Yeah.
do you really want this? And she's just like, yeah, I want it. I want it. And so,
She's like, I don't really like anybody.
I don't know. I just feel like Edward was just like boring.
He's very
vampire.
He's very
like,
one-dimensional.
cold. I
Yeah.
like tacos. I like
That's
goofy
true.
dances. I like passion. If he's aggressive, nice. Like that's fine. Like
okay,
he seems
you
more
could
fun.
handle Jacob. You for sure could.
I can
And if he
handle
goes
Jacob.
overboard, you could put him in his place. And that's when you guys could meet in
Well.
the middle. What do you
Right?
say? What say you? What team were you in?
The dad.
Oh, team who was just
Oh,
like,
Bella's dad.
Yeah, I'm Team Bella's dad.
who was just
Right.
like, be safe out there.
Yeah, cleaning
He
his
was a
shotgun.
good dad. Yeah.
Was he a good dad? Because she just kept going missing and
He's a
eventually
fine
became
dad.
a vampire.
He's a fine dad.
He's a fine dad.
He tried.
Because honestly, think of it from his point of view. The city that he is put in charge of as sheriff is under constant attack of vampires and werewolves. And he has to try and figure this shit out. He doesn't have time to deal with his daughter's hormones.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's doing his
okay,
best,
you're right. This is a crazy deep dive into the dad.
He gets like ravaged by a monster. Little does he know that his best friend is said monster, you know? So it's like he's got a lot going on. He's got a lot on his own plate. His ex-wife is dating some piece of shit. Like,
you can tell he's very passionate about Twilight.
he's got a great truck.
When's the last time you watched these movies?
Fuck.
Did you read the books?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you
I read
did?
all of them. Yeah.
What do you think it is, since we're just shooting this shit,
Okay.
what do you think is so attractive about like
Abs.
vampires? I'm curious about that too. What do you think is so attractive about like this fictitious trend that is like sexy vampires, and why is it so popular amongst like preteen women or even adult women?
Okay, so honestly, like I don't really give a fuck about the vampires versus wolves thing. For me personally, I was just like very sheltered. Like my parents were very strict, and I was like allowed to read those books. So I didn't really tell them like how like scandalous it was. So I was just excited to read something, and I was like, oh my god, they're kissing.
This is kind of salacious. Oh my god.
Like what?
Sweating as you're turning the pages.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
Oh my god, is that what it is? Is that why?
Yeah.
How
I
much
was
in
like,
detail?
oh, this is scandalous.
How scandalous did the books get? Like, if you could like reenact.
I remember in number. I'm not reenacting.
Not reenact. I'm sorry.
anything.
Reenact the text. Just say like what the text is. You don't have to like perform a Twilight scene by yourself.
Improv.
Yeah.
I cannot. I remember in number 4. I think that's when they finally had sex.
Oh, that's when they go to like the beach house. That's when they got married and they go to the beach
I remember
house.
specifically that they broke the bed, and I was like, that's hot. Like,
Oh, so that's in the book too. They say they broke the bed, and these are like 12-year-old girls reading this.
Yeah.
And this is like, and this is the
I was
expectation
definitely,
they're
like,
building
12.
within like
yeah.
within boys.
Right. That they're gonna break the bed.
I would have broken the bed for different reasons.
Because you jumped on it.
Yeah, it would have been before the sex even happened.
I wish
my
Harry
God.
Potter had a little bit of sex in it. That would have made it a little bit better.
Did it never get salacious?
I don't think so. No.
I mean, I
Is
wasn't.
that what salacious
The
means?
last couple of books.
Salacious, I think, is like synonymous to scandalous, like slightly
I like
sexual.
that word. Salacious would be a dope ass artist name.
Ooh.
And now coming to the stage, salacious.
And it's
That's a stripper name.
Or
It's a stripper name.
no, I wouldn't say so. I'll say stripper names are usually like
a little more straightforward.
Cities.
yeah. Here's Black Cherry.
Black cherry. Why did you say like?
That sounds like
I
a
don't
guy
know.
with big black balls.
Gross. I don't know what strip clubs you're going to. That's fine.
Black
And
cherry
that's-
swingers.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Let's get back to it. Thank you for answering those questions.
What were we talking about?
I've never read the Twilight books, so I didn't know how they were, but
Well, you're still learning to read. You'll get there.
I still, I don't know letters or words
Not a lot of pictures. That's just,
like picture books.
who doesn't?
I'm so grateful that you are here. I don't know why it took this long for us to just get together and like do this, but like,
Because I travel all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Scheduling.
and usually like when we hang out, it's usually just singing,
Yeah.
and which is
But I'm making an effort to see my friends more. I really am.
You're
I
doing
hope
a-
you can feel that.
yes. I know that being in your mid to late 20s for people in that age range that we get very fucking busy.
Right.
And I think it's important to just like always extend the invite and not always assume that someone, they're probably busy. Oh, they probably have work. I think even if I am busy, I always appreciate the invite.
Yeah. Don't take anything personally. I've had
Yes.
friends be like not be able to handle how busy I am or take it personally, and I'm like, I'm just a busy bitch.
Yeah.
I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Like, chill out. I can't.
Especially, it's so expensive here in the Bay Area. You got so many bills to pay. You're living in a...
And I live by myself now, so yeah, I got bills.
You got
Nice.
that. Were you able to like handle that flooding issue in your apartment, by the way?
Your apartment got flooded?
Yeah. I'm upset about it.
Yeah, there was like a piping problem, and then like out of nowhere, like water
Yeah.
just...
They fixed it, and then I had to like clean everything. Then when I got home, I was like,
And they don't give you like any sort of like financial compensation for that?
mm-mm.
That's
It's
bullshit.
bullshit.
That is absolute bullshit.
I know. I want to move, but then I'm like, fuck, the cost of moving is so much. Like, I kind of don't want to move until I'm like ready to like maybe get a house or something.
Where would you move?
It depends on like where life takes me, I think.
When you were a kid, where did you see yourself settling, and what did you see yourself being? Was it a singer?
Yeah, I always knew I would be a singer, and I'm still like, I have 2 other projects that I'm gonna put out by the end of this year, and like, and I'm still writing so much music. Like within the next year or 2, like I'm gonna be touring. Like I know that. I know where I'm going. And
Can I be your groupie?
Yeah, please come with me. Yeah, like
I mean, you have to bang the drummer.
Right.
I don't think there is a...
That's what being a groupie means. It means
No,
you
that's
bang
not
the
what that
drummer.
means.
It means you bang the drummer.
Right.
Okay, so 2 more projects by the end of the year. I applaud you for being able to write. I've asked you recently if you could start helping me write.
Of course.
I used to do it a lot more before I was in a relationship, which is kind of... Do you connect with that at all?
That tracks.
Because I've always felt that I was like a better writer when I was in my feelings. But now that I'm happy and I've been in a healthy relationship for the past 8 years, even through the ups and downs. I just never had I was just like, I'm not writing anything good.
Yeah, I mean, it's also hard when you're in a relationship because then if you like write, it's like, oh, am I talking shit about them?
Yeah.
But I struggled with that before, but then I realized at the end of the day, like, we're all human and we basically all go through the same shit. So, like, whatever fucked up thoughts I'm having, people are probably thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they just, like, are afraid to admit it to themselves, but fuck it.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's what makes it relatable, too. Is like if we all have those types of like everyone
Right.
can connect. I think that's why love songs are the most commonly written songs because we all feel that to a certain
Yeah.
extent.
But there's songs that I've written, or that will be, like, coming out, too, that I've written about, like, reflecting on my childhood. Like, saying, I say, oh, what do I say? It is what it is, but I don't want to accept it. So I look to him, like, please fix it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You see what I'm saying there?
yeah, yeah.
That's some toxic shit. Like, part of, like, maturing and growing, too, is realizing, like, oh, maybe I was a little toxic. Shit, I didn't mean to be.
I
That
think
wasn't the intention.
a lot of our imperfections are subconscious, unless you
course.
are truly fucking evil.
And some people are.
And there are those people that exist.
Yeah. But generally, people aren't fucked up.
Our imperfections stem from like subconscious trauma, mainly our childhood.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know. And I think this is about to get a little deeper. I think this is like I am fully confident that like when I have a kid, that is going to be my world. He or she, hopefully a she, will be my fucking world. I will not drop, but she will be my priority. And I have no doubt that I will be a wonderful father because
you'll be an amazing father.
I would just love to love this person that I made.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, is there a fear in the back of my mind knowing that someone's childhood is so important in terms of like what type of human they flesh out to be?
Right.
That scares me, the possibility of fucking up. But this is that fear, it exists, and it's applicable in everything. Like I get scared to start writing again because I'm like, what if I fuck it up? Like I can't. This is why sometimes I procrastinate, because if I don't start, then I won't make a bad product. Then I won't fuck up,
Right.
because I haven't started yet. It's like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
bad
Sure.
subconscious excuse.
Right. I do the same thing. I felt all of that. I'm like, I want to hug you again. No, I mean, I think it's valid to be afraid to like be a parent. I think that just means that you care.
Yeah.
You know, that's a healthy fear to have. And it's also like, it makes sense to not want to start something because you're afraid that it won't be good. But I don't know, like that's you standing in your own way and not allowing yourself to be great, even though you know that you are.
Yeah.
You know that you are.
well,
You know that you can sing.
It comes down to the thing you said, like, I'm great, but I could be better. But I keep telling myself, like, I could be better, and that's
But
the
it's
end of
in
the
the way that
statement.
you say it. It's like, I'm like, for me, I'm like, I know I can sing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that like I have a gift. I have a way with words. I've done my healing. I I have meetings with myself every morning. I journal, and that's also, by the way, where my songwriting comes from. But it's like I've been through enough where I know who I am, and no one can tell me shit about it. Like I know who I am, and the humility is like just knowing I am great and I'm destined to be great. But greatness doesn't have a limit.
I love who you've become, and I love who you've grown into.
Thank you.
And I've loved you from the very start.
Thank you. You've seen me through the evolution.
You were so innocent and like bright and bushy eyed when I first met you.
Oh God, the world definitely slapped me in the fucking face.
You're just like, everything is good. I love everything. And then like you went through some relationships and you went through some like some troubles that I've seen you go through, and like you look different, not necessarily like how you look, but like you see the world differently, and you could see it in your eyes.
It's the awareness.
And it's awareness, and like it's a stronger person at the other end of it, which is great, because I'm pretty sure I was exactly the same. I still pretty sure I look like a derp, and like I look like a goob.
Not really.
Not really.
No, you look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're coming into a good man phase. You're progressing well into man Christian.
It's a man Christian.
Yeah,
The weirdest compliment. I love it, but you said you've entered like a good man phase.
Yeah. Your transition from boy to man is pretty.
He's not good at receiving
Boys to men.
or paying compliments.
I mean, it makes sense if you break it down.
Yeah.
No, it does make sense. I followed you.
Thank you.
Like I know when the compliments, when they are birthed in your brain, by the time they travel from your brain to your mouth, it's like it's there, but it's like so odd sometimes.
No, but you know what? The intent was there.
I love
The intent
Thank
is
you.
there.
I'm all about intentions.
He's become such a sweet man.
Aww.
That's nice of you to say.
See, he took the compliment though. He said, "That's nice
Yeah.
of you to say."
Yes.
Right. Good job. I'm proud of you.
But the way he takes like jokes or like insults is like way more comfortable. Like it sits more well within it. I mean, that's just
yeah, it's
the type
comedy.
of people we
I'm
are.
more used to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with traveling comes a lot of wherewithal and understanding of yourself and humility and stuff like that. So when you go
Oh, you're
out,
by
and
your fucking self. Yeah.
yeah, when you go out and you do solo trips or when you meet new people from places that
Yes.
you've never been, that's when you really, learn a lot about yourself and kind of like how you can be and what you're capable of.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people travel or are afraid to travel on their own. But I think
Well, this is why I've been telling you, like, it's been this ongoing joke, and it's truth that I've been like going to Vegas a bunch lately, like on my own. But it's because I've never really gone to travel on my own, and since I do have family there, it's cheaper and it makes sense, and I never get to see them. And also, like, the last time I was there, I was able to just walk the strip by myself, get drinks
the
at
best
random
time.
bars, not even talk to strangers, just really just walk. And
That's what I do too.
and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful time to self-reflect and to place yourself in an environment that you're not necessarily comfortable in, that you're where you're learning, and I just highly recommend it for a lot of people. Did you do a lot of traveling by yourself?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I think the experience I had closest to that was when I was in New York, and the last time I was there, I had a lot of time on my own where I would just go and just walk the streets and just walk around Central Park for hours, and just be on my own and just listen to music and just kind of sit and kind of reflect on where I was at that time and stuff. And yeah, I'm more of a stranger talker. I like to talk to people at the bars when I sit down and stuff. So I get to meet cool people like that and get that experience too. But I mean, it's all just different ways to, put your feelers out and try different things and see different stuff. Because, it's easy to be sheltered and build your walls up high enough that you don't ever look over them and see what's on the other sides. And
Ooh, talk your shit.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I was just reading something
Fucking love
about
it.
Buddha the other day, and like that, the first Buddha, right, was a prince who never saw outside of the
Siddhartha.
walls, and then the first time he did, he's like, "Oh fuck, everything sucks."
Right.
So it's kind of like,
But that's awareness. Again, it is what it is. So we have no control over that. I love what you're saying. I think it's important to travel by yourself. It's important. I think the bigger, or sorry, not the bigger, like what's deeper, what we're talking about right now is being okay with being alone. People are terrified of being by themselves. And don't get me wrong, that shit's hard. Like, I do think that in my past relationship, I learned how to be by myself, which is weird. Being on the couch with somebody and you feel alone. Doing everything by yourself, even though you have a partner. Yeah. So I learned how to like be by myself already, and then I've like lived by myself now. Don't get me wrong. I've had my moments where like I work my fucking ass off. I'm exhausted. I come home to an empty house and I'm eating leftovers in my kitchen in silence. And I'm like, all right, it'd be cool to talk to somebody right now. Like that'd be cool. But also being like able to like walk around Seattle when I'm on a work trip and just explore.
Yeah.
And be okay with like the silence. Like people that like, and I'm sorry if you guys are these people, but like people that need to play music the moment that they wake up, which is funny because I'm a musician, but like they have to have sound, have to have the TV on, I'm like
that with podcasts.
Okay.
I just need the noise of something going, like even when I'm playing video games or if I'm doing something, unless I'm reading. That's pretty much the only time I want to have a podcast on. But I just need to have.
You've always been that type of person.
It used to be music, and now I've transitioned to just listening to people talk.
But it's like, are you afraid of sitting with your own thoughts if it's silent?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So it's important for me to like have silence in the morning so I can hear what I'm thinking.
I connect with all of this.
Right.
Because like there are mornings where I'm just like, I need music. I need to like get up and put myself in a good mood. But there's some mornings where I'm just like, I need myself. I need my thoughts. I need to gather. I need to become like a full-fleshed human real quick before I go out into society. I used to do this thing as a kid on summer vacations when I'd be by myself and my brother would be out and my parents would be at work. I would just go into like my parents' bedroom because it was so big. It was bigger than mine and my brother's room, and it was so spacious. And I would just lay on their king size bed, and I would look up at the ceiling, and I would just try to zone out, and I would listen for the quietest noise possible. Like, have you ever heard like almost the purest silence? Almost has like a ring. The ring in it is just like it's whatever noise is going on in your brain, right?
Yeah.
And I used to like be like 4 or 5 or 6. Doing this and just like listening to silence and getting comfortable with that. And
you should do an isolation chamber.
I think that might be a little too scary. I think that might be too silent.
I've thought about that too. I'm scared of it.
I want to try it. I mean,
I like don't want to have an anxiety attack and a tank like, no.
That's part of the journey.
No thanks. I don't know if like that scares me. But I probably would do it. I'd work my way up to it. But the initial thought is like, that's scary. I don't want to. But I'm trying to be better about like trying new things.
Do you think the scary aspect of it is the lack of any noise, or is the scary part of it is the isolation itself?
Well, it's not just noise, it's everything. No gravity, no noise, no light, no sound.
Yeah, I'd freak the fuck out.
That's like being in a black hole.
It's like being buried alive, man.
No, I'm gonna throw up. I can't.
I just came across this like Facebook post. I don't know what my algorithm is, but it was just like
algorithm.
I think it was Creepypasta. If you're familiar with that Facebook page.
Oh my god, I've been wanting pasta.
You should probably get pasta.
Here's a spooky spaghetti for you right here.
I'm fucking hungry.
I'm pretty hungry too. This thread said, the title was how to. It was like 10 tips and tricks to get out of being buried alive. So it was just saying like,
don't get in the hole.
Breathe slowly, right? To preserve your oxygen. Don't freak out. Like, unless it's raining, the soil is probably like still light enough for you to like probably kick yourself out. And then like, I'd have to pull it up. But it was like so interesting. And like different ways. It was just saying like if you have a belt, try to like take it off and then use
wrap it around your neck and just take it,
make it faster.
Just end it now.
Or like try to poke holes for like for dirt to come through in like a position like away from your head or some like where it won't suffocate you. Or take if you have a shirt, try your best to take it off and like wrap it around your face if you're gonna poke a hole with your head,
so you can breathe.
So you could breathe if the soil were to come onto your face. Shit like that, and then like,
this is putting me in a place that I do not like.
It's scary stuff, but like, I mean, how often? It's pretty normal that we have these like weird morbid thoughts of just like, what would I do if I was in this situation and how would I survive? Have you ever like thought about like zombie apocalypses and you think about like what's around me right now if a zombie were to break in? What's the first thing I would grab?
Oh, dude, I mean, we're gonna change topics really quick, but this is just on my mind because we were just talking about traveling by myself.
Yeah,
like literally going anywhere as like an attractive woman is fucking terrifying sometimes. Like
we get that.
Oh my God.
I'm such an attractive woman, and it's so tough.
We generally, when we travel, we dress as women though, because we like to make it harder on ourselves.
And we're progressive.
Yeah, and be like,
oh
yeah,
my God.
So
Anyway.
we get it. We get it.
Well, yeah, it's just, it's scary. I was thinking because the last time I had a thought like that, I was on a walk and this dude was like following me. And yeah, I'm fine. But like he was like following me and like I go up to this little spot and I like journal and he like came and like sat near me and I was like,
Weird.
yeah. So I had that thought where I was like, what is near me if I need to fucking kick this motherfucker's ass? And I had my I have pepper spray now, but I honestly am thinking about, anyways, we'll talk about that off camera. But like, anyways, I had my fanny pack, I had my book in there because I was, journaling and shit. I was like, I'll fucking take this shit off and bust him with, like, I don't know, but that thought is scary. So yes, I've had that because when I do like walk around by myself when I'm traveling, I'll have my fanny pack. That's why I always have a fanny pack. I don't like having purses because I don't want to be getting dragged out with that. I want to have my shit here.
Yeah. Ooh, smart.
Yeah, I just travel by myself a lot, and I usually am wearing sneakers instead of heels.
Good. You're ready to run.
In case I need to fucking run or kick somebody in the face. And wearing rings, it'll hurt more.
Yes.
Yeah. But I like keep my phone even when because I don't know where I'm going. I'm traveling. So I keep my phone here. I have my Apple Watch with the directions. That way I'm not like looking around on my phone.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, these are just things where it's like
Good.
you have
That would
to,
stop me from abducting you if I saw
Hey,
it.
I'm not
but
thinking.
it's
I'm
just, like,
thinking about
things that you
myself
have
too.
to think about, like when you're walking around by yourself, and like make sure that if you see someone, like, yeah, I see you, motherfucker. Like, don't be like acting all timid and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did it say? Awareness is the currency of time.
Yeah.
So like just
Awareness keeps coming up in this podcast.
I think
That's an important word.
It's the ongoing mantra of this episode, I believe.
Yeah.
It's and that's something I've had to like work on because I'm to a certain degree I still am pretty aloof. I just walk around la di da di da like I mean, but I think if I were to put myself in that situation where I do travel more so on my own in new places, then I might have to like be ready because I could get like, not that I am an attractive young woman such as yourself, but like I could still get jumped. People, if I look a certain way, if I wear certain clothes in a certain area, then I could still get jumped.
Yeah, that's why I don't like having brand shit and stuff.
Yeah, no, we're here to promote.
I'm not gonna lose my
stuff.
life off of a fucking designer bag. Excuse me? No.
No need.
You know how much food I could buy with that designer bag?
Dude, a Louis Vuitton bag. My mom always talks to me like, Christian, now that you have a job, you could buy me LV, huh? I'm just kidding. And I'm like,
you're not though, Mom. You're not.
You're not. You're really not, Mom. I know your ways.
Because you're looking at it on your phone, Mom.
She's
I
playing
can
to
see
see
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows. She's just
I
like,
don't know. I would die over some Jordans. I would. Yeah. If
You
somebody,
would?
Oh fuck yeah. If someone
Okay,
tried to take my Jordans,
I love some J's. I'll tell you that.
I would be like,
Because I
you know
have
what?
to wear scrubs at work, so
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I gonna make these look
You're
cute?
gonna have to
Yeah.
just fucking kill me for these. Honestly, yeah. You can take my wallet and shit. Not much in there, but you're gonna have to kill me for these motherfuckers.
well, that's what happens.
Okay,
Like
do that.
people get into actual fights for.
But also, what's lucky for me
Shoes.
is I have big feet, so it'd be like you can take them, but I know you're not gonna fit size 13s. And
That's
they're gonna
true.
be like,
well,
okay, fine.
let's say if you were the type to actually
I
like.
reason with the people.
There you go. Let's say if you were actually the type to like wait in line and camp outside of like a finish line or like
It's all
a
virtual
Foot Locker.
queues.
Well, now it's different, right? But if you were that type, you could finesse your way saying like, "Hey, it's cool because I have like size 13." You're giant.
It's fairly normal.
Is it normal?
I don't know.
Let's not normalize big
What
feet.
size shoe are you?
I'm size
10.
10.
Okay. I
Most
feel like
men are
that's
10,
normal.
10 and a half.
Yeah, I think that'd be
11.
normal. You're reaching Bigfoot status.
I mean, most stores only order one size 13, and it's always a pain in the ass.
Oh,
How
that
tall are you?
sucks.
6'2", 6'3".
Okay, so he has big feet. He's
Yeah,
tall.
so he's big feet. Yeah, I know.
Makes sense. How tall are you, Christian?
I'm 5'10" on my California ID.
You're completely average. In like the best way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Completely average in the best way.
It's okay. I'm 5'2.5".
With girls, it doesn't matter
And a
nearly
half.
as much. Height doesn't, unless like you were even if you were an Amazonian woman, I know so many
You mean a
small
Brazilian?
guys. What?
You mean a Brazilian?
Are they all tall?
I don't know. You said Amazon.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, let's say if you're a 6-foot woman, you could. There's still like a lot of dudes that are into that.
Yeah, you'd have a great like athletic career usually. Most athletic women are really tall.
I have so many small friends that say they would want to climb in an Amazonian. So
It's a weird thing to want.
Okay.
What's the perfect height for like a guy in your eyes? Don't worry, I'm completely secure in my height.
I just want to be able to wear heels and like not be taller.
Okay, and how tall are your heels?
16 inches.
What the fuck? Maybe like top 6 inches, but that's like a lot.
So you'd be 5'8", let's say.
And a half.
Yeah.
5'8.5". The fact that you still count
I don't
your
really wear 6 inches like that. I usually wear like 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
so as long as the person's like over 5'6". Well, not let's say it's long. You still want there to be like a solid difference in height.
Yeah.
Was it always a big?
For me. Okay, here we go. For me, because I'm like a curvy girl, like I don't want to feel like I'm gonna break them. You know what I mean? Like I want a guy that's like bigger than me.
You know, whenever
Stick figure, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Whenever a girl says like, I don't want to break it, because I've heard like friends that are girls, like
Break men.
no, not break men. Like he's in the hospital, he's in the ER because
Christian, you gotta come quick.
I booty bounced on him way too hard.
Oh my god!
Chad, stay awake, stay awake.
His pelvis is broken and he's not breathing. Turn him to the side.
I mean, he's ripped in half, Christian. I'll turn him on his side, but he is ripped in half.
Oh my god!
It's just so funny when girls say like, I don't want to break him.
Well, it's just like I have thick legs. Like I don't want my legs to be like all the way like bigger than yours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like a strong guy.
I've seen some thick women dating some like very skinny guys where like their quadricep alone is bigger than that guy's waistline.
Wow.
And it's like, you know,
Love comes in all shapes and sizes, pal.
And that's
Exactly.
totally fine. I'm not knocking on anybody's.
I'm knocking
It's
on him.
just-
Get normal size people. No. Match your partner.
Just for me, I want somebody that's like big and strong.
no, that makes sense. And I think biologically speaking, I think that's why bigger men are sought after, right? For like the big, strong men that feel.
I don't think that's always the case because I know a lot of girls that like just normal looking dudes.
But I'm saying like biologically speaking, right? Let's say like
Yeah, I guess so.
in terms of just like big, strong, like if we're gonna go down to
I'm just thinking about my man's art, like.
Oh yeah, you have a tower, a big old tower. I want him to just like carry me around. I want to scrap my vehicle. And I want to
Just jump on his back, give me a piggyback ride.
Yeah, just call Fawny and be like, yo, man, I got work in 15 minutes. Because he's tall enough where his strides are long enough that he could get me to work on foot in 15 minutes.
Right.
And I live 35 minutes away.
At least you were close already.
Vehicle.
Yeah, you're already almost there.
Yeah.
Right.
This has been fun. I do have to get going soon, so I do want to wrap this up a little bit.
Okay.
And the way I want to wrap this up, I was
Lord.
thinking we could do an improv scene, but that might go a little long. But I kind of want to sing with you instead. Alejandro, you'll get some runs in there too.
No, I will not.
What are we singing?
Do we want to hear the show mix?
Okay. Yeah. This will be good like practice for me too. Right. Let's do it. Do you want to hear which one is easier to sing? Do you want to hear Clarity or do you want to hear Like Tomorrow Won't Come?
Let's go with Clarity.
Oh,
We'll keep it streamlined with the title of the EP, unless you wanted to sing.
No, it's okay. I literally just got these mixes last night. I haven't performed this yet, but this is great practice. Let's do it.
All right, baddies. This is Selena Soberal singing Clarity off the new EP.
Yay! How exciting. I'm so excited. Oh, can you turn the volume up on my phone?
Yeah.
Your clarity is the sexiest thing about you. You hardly even try, and it just makes me want you. You don't need me, and that shit's so fine. You don't need my energy, fully divine. I'll never know what you truly feel. You enjoy being wanted. Maybe you love a power trip. I'll never understand how one becomes like this. And I don't question it, exactly what I needed. Sexy as fuck and it's deeper than a fuck. Speaking with you and a child grows up. Release, reflect, introspect. locked in with you for purpose. Never miss someone who stands so still, fully align your whole being. When we talk, it's our looks and mirrors. I never know what you truly feel. You enjoy being wanted. Maybe you love a power trip. I'll never understand how one becomes like this, and I don't question it, exactly what I needed. Sexy as fuck and it's deeper than a fuck. Speaking with you and a child grows up. Release, reflect, introspect. Release, reflect, introspect. Your clarity is the sexiest thing about you. Your clarity, your clarity is the sexiest thing about you. Your clarity. Yay.
Wow. Selena Soberal,
Thank
I
you.
love you with all of my
I
heart.
love you too, Christian.
Thank you for performing that for us. Thank you for coming on the
It's
podcast.
my first time performing it. I got to do it here. That's
Wow.
so
That's
fun.
really cool.
And it's
Thank you.
recorded for eternity.
Thank you.
Baddies, follow Selena on all platforms.
Right.
Follow her on Spotify. Listen
Holy
to her
shit,
on
we can actually
iTunes.
say that now.
Yes.
I have
Yep.
music out.
Yes, you have music out.
Apple Music.
Where
it's
can
on
they
all.
find you on Instagram? Like, what's the?
Yeah, it's at Selena Sobe, so SELENA'S. My music's out on all platforms.
Listen to it. She is
Yay.
fantastic. You heard
Thank
it
you.
here. You literally heard it here first. For
Literally.
the show
Yeah.
mix. Anything else you want to plug? Any shout outs you want to do?
Shout out like all of the just like the loved ones, friends,
All the
family,
loved ones. Good company.
Yeah, all of them, everybody, all the people that have stuck by my side through all the bullshit that have helped me get here.
Yes.
And feel, healed, attach, attract. I want to leave it on that one.
Beautiful.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of you baddies. Thank you for coming and listening once again this week. That was Selena Soberal. Shout out to Jay the Chemist who worked on this album with you.
Yes. Oh my God, this kid is so talented. He's
Fucking
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Great
Yeah.
stuff. We'll sing more in the future.
Yes.
We'll get drunk and we'll party and we'll have a good time.
Always until we're old.
Yeah. Alejandro, we'll have you sing on the next one.
No, it's fine.
The world's not ready yet.
No, it's not. It's one day.
Nice. Well, you guys can follow us. Follow me at Christian Has Asthma on Instagram
I'm call_me Jesus.
and follow the podcast at ICBTB Podcast.
You can go to our website, ICBTB.com,
Yeah,
for all
for-
your merch. And send us a message.
Yeah.
Right.
All
Read
of
a
that
little
stuff.
bit. Yeah. Send us an email, ICBTBpodcast@yahoo.com.
That's right.
Y'all
yeah.
get emails?
We do.
Sometimes, yeah, we do. We get some weird emails.
Yeah,
Get some
mostly,
weird emails.
Mostly like Pandora and all them wanting money from us, but it's fine.
Right.
Shit. But yeah. All right, Selena. Selena,
you.
love you so much.
It was awesome. Thank you for sharing. That was
Thank
awesome.
you guys. Thank
Baddies,
you.
take it easy. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.